In this developer tutorial, I'm going to explain how you can now, in the latest version of the API, which is 0.4.0, have the ability to customize the way you submit scores to the Pummel server. So to get started with here, we have the typical, initialize. So you always want to do that. And let's just say the game has loaded up and we're good to go, and we now want to submit a score to the server. Right, just like before, shown in previous tutorials, it simply just calls submit score. Now, what you can do is you can just simply submit your score like usual, no problem. But now there's different ways that the scores can now be submitted to the server. By default, it submits the what we're calling the max type of way of submitting to the server. There's max, there's replace, there's add, and there's min. To know what these types are, let's simply just import in those constants. Oops, let's go right above here. Import Pummelhead, and it's in constants, and then you will see score types. Cool, we now have it. Alright, so there's different score types, and as you can see, it's type 4, and that is types, and that is max. Okay, so like I said, there's different types of score types, and to kind of just break it down real quick into what each one is. First, go to max. Max will only update the score if the score passed in is higher than the one in the Pummelhead system. So it's just that's very straightforward. It's just gonna keep replacing it every time you get a higher score. Then there's add, which will actually add the value you've passed into the Pummelhead system on top of what was already in the system. And then there's min. Min is like basically just the opposite of max. So essentially, if the score you pass in will only be accepted and only replace the one in the Pummelhead system if it's lower than the one that's already in the system. So if what's in the Pummelhead system is 10, if the score you submit and it's set to min is 9, then it will replace the 10 with 9. If it's not, then it'll just keep 9. It'll just keep 10 in there. Replace is pretty straightforward. It just replaces the entire value with the score you passed in. So those are the 4 different types of score types you can pass in now. Like I said, if you don't pass this in at all, it will default to max and always replace with the highest score. The reason for this is just to give you, all the games that developers that you guys submit to the website are going to be very different in the way they act, and very different how you want them to interact with the Pummelhead system. So this way, you can just really set up the system so it caters to your game. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. It's pretty straightforward. Just once again, remember, you just pass in, so just do score types, and you just pass them in right here. Gives you a little documentation so you know what it is, and you can just further customize how things work. That's really about it for submitting different score types. So yeah, that's it for this developer tutorial. Thanks for watching.